Hi, this video is dedicated to Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I've been seeing a lot of thumbnails, on YouTube recently of, non-Americans taking the US citizenship test, right? And I've purposely not clicked through to those videos because I don't want to know what any of the answers are because I wanted to do the same thing. But there is one caveat I should put out there is that I've been living in the United States for about 10 years, so I really ought to know some of these answers by now. And it turns out that I do have an interest in history, specifically American history, and despite all of that, I'm still really nervous that I'm going to mess it up, Let's see, let's get going. Okay, number one, what do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? Is it A, the state where you live, B, Congress, C, the President, or D, the United States? Now, I don't know the whole of the Pledge of Allegiance, never had to say it in school, obviously, because I grew up in England. But I do believe you pledge allegiance to the United States of America. That's correct. All right, next question. Name the US war between the North and the South. I don't even need to look at the options. It was the Civil War, and that is one of the options. The other options, just for the sake of it, the War of 1812, the Revolutionary War, and World War I. That would have been a much different war. Okay, number three. Name one US territory. So you've got the Cayman Islands, Haiti, Guam, or Bermuda. I know for a fact that Guam is a US territory because I often interact with Guam in my workplace as a US territory. That is correct. Okay, if both the president and the vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president? Is it the president pro tempore, the secretary of the treasury, the secretary of state, or the speaker of the house? I believe, and it's been a while since I looked into this, but I did once take a passing interest in the line of succession. I believe it's the Speaker of the House, D, but I can't bank my house on it, largely because I don't have a house. The Speaker of the House does, because they're the Speaker of the House. I think it's D. It is D. That is amazing. All right, so I am 4 for 4 at the minute. This is going well. Why did the colonists fight the British? And you've got A, because they didn't have self-government, because the British army stayed in their houses, because of high taxes, or is it all of these answers? And I'm going to go with all of these answers. And that is correct. It is all of these answers. I should have known that, and I'm glad that I did. I was a bit worried there when it said the British army stayed in their houses. Are we talking about the Speaker's house again, or my house? Neither in this case. Next question. Who makes federal laws? Is it Congress? Is it the President? Is it the states? Is it the Supreme Court? Well, it's not the states. The states make state laws. The federal laws, though, they're passed by Congress, but I suppose they're made by the Supreme Court, right? And signed by the President. I don't know. I'm going to go with Supreme Court. No, the answer is Congress. So I'm an idiot. What are two ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? So they can vote and join a civic group. B, give an elected official your opinion on an issue and join a community group. They could do both of those, couldn't they? Write to a newspaper and call senators and representatives. Or all of these answers, and I think it's surely D, all of these answers. Indeed it is. I have got 6 right out of 7. This is way better than I imagined. How many US senators are there? I think, so there's 2 per state, right? And there are 50 states? So I would say 100. It is 100 senators. What does the judicial branch do? Does it A, review laws? Does it decide if a law goes against the Constitution? Resolves disputes, or all of these answers? Well, it certainly does B. It decides if a law goes against the Constitution. I think it does routinely review laws as well and resolves disputes, such and such versus such and such. So it's got to be, I think, all of these answers. Okay, what did the Declaration of Independence do? Did it free the slaves? No, it did not. Did it give women the right to vote? No. Did it declare America's independence from Great Britain? Or did it declare independence from France? It declared independence from Great Britain. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? And it's about to change, isn't it? Because we just got a new Congress or a new House. As of right now, as I'm taking this right now, until the new House comes in, it's Paul Ryan. But he's going to stand down in place of the Democratic Speaker of the House. Name one right that is reserved only for United States citizens. Freedom of religion, the freedom to attend public school, to run for federal office, and freedom of speech. Oh, only for US citizens. I completely misunderstood. I think it is run for federal office, because you can't if you're not born in the United States. So that would be C. Brilliant. I'm at 11 for 1. Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What is one power of the federal government? To issue driver's licenses. Now that's done by state, because I know that that was the case when I lived in Indiana and I tried to learn to drive. To provide protection to the police, to provide schooling and education, or to declare war. Wow. That surely, well, to provide schooling and education. No, I think it's to declare war. How old do citizens have to be to vote for president? I believe it's 18. I'm just going to go there. The options were 21, which is the legal drinking age in most states, 35, 16, or indeed 18, which is D, and it was 18. And now, what is the political party of the president right now? It is the Republican Party. 14. How many justices are on the Supreme Court? I believe it is an odd number, and I believe that odd number, well, the options, firstly, are 11, 9, 10 or 12, and I know it's an odd number because it always favours one political ideology, either conservative or liberal, and I think it's an odd number, and I believe it to be 9 Supreme Court justices, and indeed it is. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the US Constitution. Name one of the writers of the Federalist Papers. You got Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, George Washington, or James Madison. It's not George Washington, but Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and James Madison were all founding fathers. I think the answer, I don't know actually, I think the answer specifically for this one is Thomas Jefferson, and I don't know why I'm saying that, and I'm incorrect. It's James Madison. You fool. Lawrence, you fool. You're letting yourself down 15-2 at this point. What are the two major political parties in the United States? You've got American and Bull Moose, Democratic and Republican, Democratic, Republican and Whigs, or Reform and Green, and currently, of course, it is Democratic and Republican. That's B. And then, who did the United States fight in World War II? And the options are Japan, China and Vietnam, the Soviet Union, Germany and Italy, Austria-Hungary, Japan and Germany, or Japan, Germany and Italy. So I think the most obvious answer there would be D, Japan, Germany, and Italy. What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment? And the options here are to bear arms, that's the Second Amendment, speech, that is definitely one, I believe, trial by jury, there is an amendment for that, but it's not the First Amendment. Or to vote. I think it's speech. It's freedom of speech. I got 90% of those correct. That's 18 out of 20. Not bad for a first run around. I'm a bit annoyed about the Federalist Papers question. I really should have got that right. But let me know in the comments below, how did you fare as you watched along? And did you do any better? Did you do any worse? Should I have done any better or worse? And if so, should I still be allowed to live in the United States? Should I go for citizenship based on that? That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye. Thank you for watching this episode of Lost in the Pond. Don't forget to hit my stupid little face to subscribe, and please share this video with the world. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and if you would like to support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/lostinthepond.